Hello guys and welcome, I'm Selene Nivelle. Today's video is about something very specific, how attraction turns into a real conversation. In other words, what men can do in those exact moments to initiate conversations naturally, and what women can do to make those conversations happen without putting themselves in uncomfortable or risky positions. If you've ever seen someone on the street, in a cafe, a supermarket, or any everyday public place, and you've thought to yourself, is there anything I can do here? The answer is yes. And by the end of this video, you'll understand what men can do in those moments to initiate conversations naturally, what women can do to make conversations happen without overexposing themselves, and why men and women face very different challenges at this stage. If you find these kinds of videos useful, please press the like and subscribe button. It costs nothing, but it helps the channel grow and tells me that you find this content valuable. This channel is a long-form journey. Alright, let's begin. In the previous video, we talked about attraction fundamentals, how attention is drawn, how interest is sparked, and how initial value is communicated before any words are spoken. Attraction opens the door, but initial attraction alone does not create a conversation, and without a conversation, nothing else can happen. This is the stage where things start to diverge, because at this point, men and women face very different obstacles. Men are generally expected to make the first move. Women are generally expected to be receptive, but cautious. This isn't about ideology, it isn't about trends, it's about what actually works in practice. And once you understand this difference, a lot of confusion disappears. For men, the path is simple, though not easy. If a man wants a conversation to happen, he has to initiate it. That's true whether it's on the street, in a supermarket, a cafe, a park, or any everyday environment. The form may change, but the principle does not. In open environments like streets or parks, direct approaches work better. In contextual environments, shops, libraries, workplaces, indirect approaches tend to work better. But here's the part most people misunderstand. Besides the basics of attraction that we talked about in the previous video, what matters is not lines. It's timing, angle of approach, a relaxed smile on the face, and especially the first few seconds of the approach. Those first seconds determine whether she stays or excuses herself and leaves. Many men don't fail because they're unattractive. They fail because they hesitate too long, choose the wrong moment, or misread when the interaction is already over. From that point on, men need to develop very specific skills for this stage to work. Now here's something important. Most women don't realize how difficult approaching actually is for men. Even men who are confident in other areas of life often experience strong approach anxiety. And that's in common places where approaching is expected, like bars and clubs. Approaching in open, everyday environments, such as the street during the day, is far more challenging, and because of that, extremely rare. This anxiety isn't weakness, it's biology, conditioning, and social risk combined, and that's why women play a larger role here than they often realize. However, women face different risks, different social consequences, and different biological constraints. Because of that, women should not even think about approaching the same way men do. On top of that, because it is a highly masculine move, some men may even find it naturally unattractive. That's why a woman's role at this stage is not to chase. It's to signal availability. The goal is not to force interaction. The goal is to make interaction happen indirectly. A genuine smile, combined with eye contact and solid fundamentals, already reduces a man's anxiety significantly. It signals openness, safety, and permission. For some men, that's enough. For many, it isn't. So there are additional ways women can help the interaction happen without directly exposing themselves. In places like supermarkets, libraries, cafes, and other everyday environments, women can position themselves nearby, slow down, and create a moment. Simple, natural actions, briefly appearing lost, checking a phone and looking around, dropping a low-value item like a scarf, tissues, or a store card, or lingering in the same area. The point is to make it as easy as possible for him to initiate the conversation. This preserves safety, plausible deniability, and the option to disengage if needed. This isn't manipulation, it's social facilitation. One important side note: if a man approaches very smoothly and confidently in public, that usually means he has practiced. That doesn't mean he's bad, and it doesn't mean you should run away. But it does mean he should be observed and tested over time. Charm is a skill. Character is revealed later. We'll talk about that in future videos. None of this works without attraction fundamentals in place. Signals only work when the other person actually wants to engage. And conversations only matter if they're entered with clarity. This stage isn't about outcomes, it's about creating opportunity. In the next videos, we'll talk about what happens inside the conversation, how attraction is built or lost verbally, how dates are created, and how early dynamics shape everything that follows, and more. If you want to follow the full journey, from attraction to dating to relationships and beyond, consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one.